What's up guys, it's Omar from Simply Car Things. Welcome back to another video. Today we're going to be diving into the BMW M Performance exhaust and talking about specifically how these F8X specific MPEs suffer from a known cracking issue. We're going to be overviewing the problem and what causes it to occur, along with the solutions and fixes. Now hopefully you might find this useful in case you are looking to pick up an MPE for your F8X M car, or maybe you already have one equipped to your car and you're suffering from this issue currently and you want to know how to resolve it. So with all that being said, let's dive right into it. So there's an important distinction to note between the M Performance exhaust systems. So I guess the first question is, do all M Performance exhaust systems suffer from the known cracking issue? And the answer to that is no. The easiest way to basically tell them apart is based off of their two variations. So you have the V1, or I just call it variant 1, and then the V2. Now, the V1s are the ones that do suffer from the known cracking issue, specifically in the muffler because it's made of titanium, and the V2s do not. Now, the V2s, it's the same design, same exact muffler, titanium construction. However, BMW added a small supporting brace that connects between the exhaust tips that extend out from the muffler to the muffler themselves. And I'll be throwing up some screenshots overlaid on this video just to sort of illustrate my point here. So if your MPE does have that little bracing from the factory, then you know automatically it's a V2 system. If it does not, then it's a V1. Now, does that mean V1s, you should just avoid them at all costs and not buy them? No, absolutely not, because the issue is repairable. Now, what is the issue specifically? So what happens is, my theory behind this is because the muffler is made of titanium. Titanium generally is thinner than something like stainless steel, and it's also significantly lighter. Now, the mufflers that are attached to the M Performance exhaust are very lightweight, and as a result of that, BMW really did not put a lot of exhaust hangers or bracing to it because of the fact that it's so light on the car. Now, I think what occurred is because of this lack of bracing, when you have extra resonance and vibrations from the exhaust that are running through the muffler system over time, and then you factor that in with heat cycling, and especially if you're driving the car hard, the exhaust heats up very fast and then it cools down very quickly. If there are any areas that are, extra thin in terms of the metal, or just, experience a lot of vibrations and they're not supported correctly, they are going to be prone to cracking. And that is generally what you see on the sides of the muffler, where the exhaust gases exit the muffler through the exhaust tips, right where they connect to the muffler itself. That is where you tend to see these stress cracks developing. And unfortunately, if it's untreated over time, you'll normally see like little hairline cracks. And if it continues over time, it will eventually turn into like a full-blown hole essentially. And you don't want to wait on it that long, because unfortunately if it gets that bad, it's likely going to be unrepairable. Is there any way to prevent this issue from happening? No. Unfortunately, with the V1s, it's pretty much just a matter of time until they begin to crack. If they haven't cracked already, they're pretty much guaranteed to crack at some point. Obviously, your driving style and how often you drive the car is probably the biggest factor that'll determine, how fast it is going to start developing cracking issues. For me, it happened pretty quickly on mine. I think within maybe 3 or 4 months of mounting my MPE, I noticed that it was cracking. I think part of that was because I took my car on a few track days and the weather was really hot outside as well. And so just driving the car incredibly hard in hot temperatures, definitely accelerated the wear and tear on the muffler in terms of just the cracking issue itself. So how can you also determine that it's cracking? The easiest way is just to get under the car, inspect the muffler on the sides, take the flashlight on your iPhone out and just, look at it closely. If you see cracks developing, well, it's cracking obviously. And if you don't, well then you're good in the meantime. Like I said, if you have a V2, you don't need to worry about this issue. You can even just click off the video. Another way to tell that it's cracking is you'll notice a little bit of a metallic like vibration or rattly sound coming from the muffler. Almost sounds like a minor exhaust leak, and it generally happens at idle. You'll notice it, especially maybe after like a cold start or something. You'll just notice a sound that is just, it doesn't sound normal. It sounds a bit off, like I said, somewhat of an exhaust leak or just something that's kind of annoying, like rattling. And that's another way to tell, maybe an indicator to get under the car, just lay down, check out the muffler, see if it's cracking. So you've deemed that your MPE is cracking. Now what? What is the case? So there are many solutions to this. And the first being, you want to have the exhaust re-welded. Now, it's not as simple as just finding someone who can weld and just having them patch it up, because the muffler is made of titanium, and titanium is a special alloy that requires a special welding process. Now, I'm not a welder myself. I'm not too familiar with the ins and outs of titanium welding, but you will need to find someone that is certified or at least has knowledge of titanium welding and how to utilize titanium. Now, when it comes time to repairing their cracked MPE, a lot of people will remove the muffler. Obviously, they will get it rewelded, but they'll also have it reinforced with some extra braces, or they'll put rods in between where the cracks can occur to the muffler tips, just to help reinforce it and reduce those vibrations and provide some dampening. And I think this is definitely going to be the best way about moving forward with the solution in terms of fixing the MPE. Not only do you want to patch it up, but you also do want to reinforce it with some rods welded in between the muffler and the exhaust tips, just to prevent those cracks from occurring again. Because some people have reported that even if you just patch up the exhaust with some welds, it can still crack again. Now, in my case, I actually had a guy that knew how to weld titanium. I brought the muffler over to his house. He patched it up in like 20 minutes. He claimed to me that the exhaust doesn't need the bracing. He said when it re-welds, it shouldn't have any issues. And so far, it's been about 2.5 months since I got it repaired. I haven't had any issues. But again, based off what I've read, the exhaust is still prone to having those issues. So we will see, and if it does occur in the future, I will be sure to update you guys. But he charged me around $120, and I'll go ahead and link his Instagram in the description box down below in case any of you are looking for someone who can get this done if you have a cracked MPE. He's located in the San Diego area, and he knocked it out for me pretty quickly for about $120. So far, my exhaust is fixed. Haven't had any issues since. It sounds amazing. I love the M Performance exhaust system. I think it's like one of the best sounding for this chassis, for these cars, for the S55 engine. And that is a quick summary of the cracking issue for the M Performance exhaust. Ideally, if you can just get a V2, well then shoot. You don't even have to worry about this, and you're all set. But for the V1 guys, maybe pick up a cheap one. There are a lot of people that sell the mufflers that are already cracked, and you can take that as an advantageous opportunity to have it repaired and then mount it onto your car, and you have an MPE exhaust from the factory fitted to your F8X. So with all that being said, if you found the video informative, please give a thumbs up, as well as subscribe to the channel down below if you have not done so already. I have so much content in the works for you guys. It's just a matter of finding time to film and edit all the videos, but I can't wait to share more with the M4 and many other cars that will be featured on the channel. Thank you as always for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one. Bye-bye.